All right, so let's do another automation for you. This one will be simple as well too, but what we want to do is create an automation that's similar to Manychat, but this is a simple one as well too, but we're going to use the recipe that's already in there. So we don't want to make this complicated. We want to just start off with a way to do this, and then you can customize this recipe to fit how you want it to actually run if you want it to be a little bit more robust. All right, so let's get started. We're in automation again in our menu, and this is the screen that you should be on starting off. We're going to click on the blue Create Workflow button here in the upper right hand corner. We're going to click on Select the Recipe. All right, and I already have an Instagram account already set up in here, so um, we'll do a setup for Instagram. All right, so let's see here. Let's try this again. There we go. All right. So if I'm in here, I'm looking for the recipe called Instagram comment automation. All right. So let's click on this. All right. So it's going to start us off. All right. And like I said, we want to make this one simple as possible for this example, just to kind of get you started. But you can edit this however you please. All right. So we're here. Our trigger right here will be that you'll have a comment on a post, and this is for your Instagram account. And there's one for Facebook too, but we're just focusing on Instagram right here for this particular one. So what we want to do right now is change our pages because we have to tell it what Instagram account we're talking about, right? So our filter right now is at page is. So we're going to click on select and we're going to click on our company. Now these other two fields popped up underneath here. So let's say if we have a post type is, our post type is for a published post. This one is also custom as well too, but we want to do a published one. So the next item is post is. So now when we click on this, you can select what specific post that you want this to occur for. If you leave it blank or if you just trash can it, it'll do it for all posts. All right. It'll trigger for all of your posts. So now what we want to do is tell it, okay, we want to do it off of a comment when they comment on our post. So where do we put that in at? What type of comment do we want to put in? So this is where the extra add filter will come in. So you click on add filter, click on select, and we want to do an exact match. You can also do a, which this will move out the way, but we can also do a contains phrase as well too, but let's stick with the exact match. So let's say if you have them commenting help, you can do that. You just type it in and hit enter. You can, sometimes they put different variations in there. So let's say if it's just all lowercase, if it's all uppercase, if they have that in their post, in their comments on your post, then that's what it's going to pick up, and that's when this will start the workflow because that is the trigger to start it. All right, we're going to hit save. So we've completed that. Now we have our respond on comment. So now what will happen is that whenever somebody does comment that exact match of the word help, that's what we'd use for our example. Now it's going to do a reply comment right after theirs. So right now, the samples that they have in here is, hey, check your DM, or thanks for showing interest, please check your DM. Now it'll go between the two of those, but you can either change them out, make it say something different, kind of speak to how you would talk, or you can just add in a few more on top of these that's already here. So you'll hit save. You customize that as you like. So now let's go to the Instagram interactive message. So now this is what happens when right after that reply is done in the comments, now there will be a reply inside of their DM. So this is the reply message that they'll see. Okay. And you can change this. You can customize it as well too, to pull in what their Instagram name is. So let's say if we clicked on the custom value, we clicked on contact and did full name. That way it'll pull in their entire Instagram name. Okay. So instead of just half of it. So now you want to customize your message here. You want to say that, have that say how you wanted to say to match your business. Okay. You can add an attachment. You can add a file through a URL. You can also add action buttons on there as well too, to go ahead and let them go ahead and have access to any information that you want to give them via a button. So like if you want them to be able to visit your website, you can leave this like here, or you can just customize it to how you would talk as well too. So like, let's say if it was check out our website, check out our website. I messed that all up. Okay. Check out our website, and then you put your website in down here. Or let's say if you have a checklist. Now, the thing is with this is that these are examples. So if you want to add a checklist in here, make sure that you have a link for it. We're going to delete this so I can show you exactly how to add that. So you'll have an add new button. We're going to enter the button name, check out our checklist. And then you're going to select the action. We're going to click on open website, and then you're going to put in the link for the checklist right there. All right. So then once that is complete, let me put this in here like this, and then we're going to hit save. All right. So now you'll see what the buttons will look like as well too down here. But once this, and this is a pretty short one, and this is pretty simple. So whenever somebody does comment, they'll go through this filter. So that's the trigger. They go through the filter. You will automatically respond to the comment, so you don't have to go in and manually do this part. It responds to the comment with the comments that you put in for your reply, and then we'll have the Instagram interactive message that will show up in their DM. So now a message will pop up in their DM that'll have the message on there for what you want to reply in their DM, and then it'll have the action buttons here, down here at the bottom. And that will be below the message. All right. So that's how you set up the Manychat feature inside of your 360 account.